So I've been seeing a lot of this Blackout Tuesday where everyone is posting a picture of blackness, just all black. And I think it's complete bullshit. It's just something for people to post on Instagram. It means nothing. It does absolutely nothing. And I think everyone who's posting the image of nothingness, just all black, and putting hashtag Blackout Tuesday is just someone who's just following the herd. You're just a sheep following the herd, doing something that deep down you know does nothing, but it's going to get you some likes. It's going to get you maybe some followers, but it doesn't help George Floyd. It doesn't help his family. It doesn't help anything. We had similar things happen in the past when there was riots in the past, when people of color were killed by white police officers. And if you know of an incident of a black man getting killed by a white police officer, go ahead and post it here. Let me know what city and state you're tuning in from. Hit those hearts. This is going to be really uncomfortable for people to hear, because a lot of people are on the bandwagon of the George Floyd, Blackout Tuesday, all this shit. But we all know that within a matter of days, probably, everyone's going to go back to posting, shots of their boobs popping out of their turtleneck, their butt in a G-string, and flexing in the mirror with the selfie at the gym, or at their house, or the latest TikTok dance or some bullshit. And that's going to happen within a matter of days. We all know that. So all of you who are posting the picture of just blackness and putting Blackout Tuesday and all this shit, and I see a lot of white people doing it. A lot of white people doing it. A lot of white people who've never said anything about anything. They're just following the herd, and it is complete bullshit. All of you are full of shit. All of you are just following the trend, because the reality is this. I was a police officer. I've lived my life as a black man on this planet for many, many years. I've seen this happen. Everyone gets bent out of shape when someone takes a knee on the football field. Everyone's bent out of shape. Everyone gets bent out of shape for all these things. And then, you know what? People use it as an opportunity to post some shit on social media to make it look like they are some kind of person of importance. Like they care and they want change. But guess what? All of that will go out the fucking window within a matter of a few days. Watch all these Instagram accounts that are posting the blackness. And I challenge one person on here to tell me I'm wrong, because I've seen it before. We've had riots before. We've had black people killed by white police officers before. And the same thing happens. The holier than thou people come out and they post the trending thing on Instagram, and they do nothing about it. They get their likes, they get their followers, and within a few days, they're back to posting the same bullshit. The latest Instagram challenge, the latest TikTok this. And they just stop giving a shit. Where are these people a few days after the trend is over? Where are these people in the months following the incident? It's really easy to screenshot a picture of blackness, post it to your Instagram with the hashtag Blackout Tuesday, and then do absolutely nothing to help society. If you think you are doing anything by posting Blackout Tuesday on your social media account, you're an idiot. You are an idiot. That is doing nothing. I'm seeing white people do it more than black people. All these white Insta-famous people. Funny, I haven't heard you say anything about this since the last time you posted some trending thing to post. After the last incident. But then a few days after that last incident, you just went back to posting the same old shit. The girls posting their ass and their boobies. The guys posting their bullshit. And no one was talking about the incident anymore. It was all over. It was all done. Back to the fun and games. Oh, but then now something happens again. Oh, people are rioting again. Oh, let me get back on the trend. I got to be involved. I got to post the trending thing. Make it seem like I give a shit. You don't. No one's believing you. No one is believing you. We know you don't. You could say you do, but guess what? Your actions are not in line with what you are pretending to be. If you agree with this, go ahead and tap those hearts. Because I could tell you one thing. I'll tell you this right now. All these people that are posting the black image and putting Blackout Tuesday, Black Lives Matter, where the fuck were you last weekend? When 19 black people were killed in cold-blooded murder in one weekend in Chicago. In the street. The blood of 19 black people were killed in a single weekend. In a single city. 19! Where was the image of blackness with Blackout Tuesday? Black Lives Matter. Where were you all when that happened? I didn't see any of you posting shit about it. Memorial Day weekend, another bloodbath in Chicago. Where were all of you in the street with your signs? Black Lives Matter, posting stuff on your Instagram accounts. Not a single person, and I went to a few of your accounts, and I looked back, and I saw those weekends where there was a bloodbath in the streets, where dozens of black lives were lost in cold-blooded murder in the streets of Chicago, and none of you said a word about it. I went back to those weekends, and what did I see? I saw some challenges. I saw some latest TikTok dances. I saw all the bullshit. But then, George Floyd came up, and it became trending and cool. Now, I'm a white person that's never been oppressed in my life, never been even pulled over by the police, and now I'm going to fly the flag. Black Lives Matter, Blackout Tuesday. I'm going to post this shit to my Instagram account. People saying, enough is enough. I've had it. I've had it. And now I have to speak up against police brutality. Who the fuck are you kidding? Who are you kidding? Do you think you're, first of all, and if anyone is believing any of these people, you're just as stupid. You're just as stupid. Because that is not, it's what it's about. That is not what it's about. George Floyd is a freaking speck. A speck of the whole problem. Yet all of you are just jumping on the bandwagon when it's cool. And yes, you guys are jumping on this bandwagon because right now it's the trending thing to do. Just like the latest challenge, the latest dance, and you're treating the death of a man literally like it's a trending TikTok. And so anyone posting that black image with Blackout Tuesday that has done nothing else after all the incidents we've had, you should be ashamed. If you've done nothing since the last incident, you should be ashamed. If you've done nothing since the last incident before that, you should be ashamed. If you really care and you truly feel that Black Lives Matter, yet you didn't say a word when 19 people were killed in cold blood, 19 black people, wasn't even a blip. You didn't even mention it on any of your social media platforms, you influencer, you should be ashamed. All of you are bullshit artists. All of you are just going with the trend based on the death of a man beneath the knee of a white police officer. And you're treating it like a TikTok trend. You're treating it like an Instagram challenge. That's the cool thing to do, so that's what I'm going to post. And you're not doing shit about it. All of you should be ashamed. All of you should be ashamed. That's not what this is about. People rioting, burning down businesses of other black people. And then you got to post the photos. Oh, this is what's really happening. This is what... Get out of here. Do you think you're doing anything? We all know you're fake. If you want to do something, you would do it when other things of a higher degree, more egregious, are happening. You would do it when there's blood in the streets every weekend in Chicago, in Detroit. You would be sitting there and posting to your social media audience all the time for all those incidents. But rather, no, you're going to wait till the cool incident. You're going to wait for the trending incident. And then you're going to sit there and pretend you fucking care about black lives. You're not fucking fooling anyone. You are not fooling a single person. We're having black people getting killed in the streets at an alarming rate in cities across this country, and you don't say a word about it on your social media until a white officer kills a black man? That's it? That's when you speak up? You fakes, you phonies, with your paid followers? You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed to be exploiting your social media accounts and exploiting your social media followers and exposing them to your bullshit. You should be embarrassed. All of you influencers, all you non-influencers, you should all be embarrassed by your actions. It's a slap in the face to black people who've actually experienced racism. It's a slap in the face to black people who've actually been oppressed. Because you're not doing anything about the problem. And addressing this George Floyd thing is like being a plumber and getting a call for a burst water line and you getting to the house and the homeowner says, there's the water line. It's a burst and it's spouting water everywhere, flooding the house. And you say, you know what? You know what? Before I get to that burst pipe, I'm going to go over to the sink. This sink has a little leak. It's dripping out of the faucet. It's dripping a little bit. So we're going to maybe fix this washer in this sink and maybe get this, maybe that rubber gas and get this sink to stop leaking. This little drip, there's like a little drop of water is coming out like one every 3 minutes. So we're going to fix this little leak in this sink first before we get to that blown out pipe that's gushing water. If a plumber came to your house and said that, you would, one, kick him out of your house. Two, you'd probably wonder what his mental status was. You'd be wondering, what is wrong with this guy? There is a blowout pipe here that is gushing water, and you're talking about the sink that's dripping one drop every few minutes? What's wrong with you, man? Well, that's what society is doing. There are black people getting literally murdered in cold blood, at alarming rates in certain cities around this country every weekend, and you're only saying, well, hold on. This guy got killed by this police officer right here. Hang on. Hold on a second. This black guy, this is the black guy we got to focus on. This black guy. I got to tell you something. I've spoken to the families of black people who's had their loved ones murdered in the street in cold blood. I've spoken to them. And guess what? They too are in complete disbelief that while their loved one got murdered in cold blood in the streets of America, no recognition, not talked about, no justice, no peace. They lost their baby. And yet George Floyd loses his life at the hands of a crooked, dirty cop. And it's global riots, global news, everyone hashtagging. All these people who never knew George Floyd, hashtag justice for George, hashtag George Floyd. You fakes, you phonies. That's your play to get more followers? That's your way to get more likes on Instagram and social media? You exploit the death of one guy and ignore the deaths of hundreds and thousands even of other black people? All of you, all you Insta-famous or non-Insta-famous person. I see these white people, they got 10 followers, they're posting this shit. Why? Because they're thinking, you know what? If I post this, it's trending, and I will get more followers. I will get more views. I'll get more likes. Really? Really? Because a couple of dozen black people got murdered last weekend in the street, and you didn't post shit, say shit, hashtag shit. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Did you pick up the phone and reach out, call a family member, say, you know what, I'm an Insta-famous person. I got a couple 100,000 followers. I would like to honor your son or daughter that was just murdered in the streets of Chicago. I want to create a hashtag for his name. I want to maybe start a fundraiser for your family. No. All this shit coming out for George Floyd and for the fucking thousands before him this year already, nothing. That's how you guys operate? That's how you guys are? All of you are social media whores. Frauds that are exploiting the death of a man and just riding that wave. And within a few days, when the wave is over and everyone forgets about George Floyd's name, you're just going to go back to your regular scheduled programming of posting nonsense and posting garbage. People are blaming the media. I blame social media. People are blaming Fox, CNN, this and that. How about you wake up and take a look at what you're looking at every day? The people you're following. You are actively, on your own accord, following some of these phonies that are exploiting George Floyd's death to gain followers and to gain Insta fame. And that is embarrassment. That you should be embarrassed about. No one's talking about those other people. Their lives matter too. Men, women, all you social media freaking influencers that you want to call yourselves, not doing shit about anyone else's dying, people losing their babies, people losing their sons or daughters in the street. Why? I don't want to even talk about the fact that it might be because they were killed by other black people. They weren't killed by a white police officer. So I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even need to say that. You all know who killed those 19 people last weekend in Chicago. They weren't killed by white cops. They were killed by other black people. Yes. Yes, they were killed by other black people. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good to say it, but that's the reality. They were killed by other black people. They were killed by their own. It was black on black crime. But you know what? That won't get you likes on Instagram. That won't get you followers. That won't get you TikTok famous. Posting a hashtag for that, some name that no one even knows, isn't going to do shit for you. So while that was happening, you were just posting a picture of your ass. Talking about your home workout. Posting a picture of your dog, your feet, your food. How you're bored. COVID-19, quarantine life. Quarantine life be like. But then George Floyd happens. And now's your chance. Now's your chance to jump on the wave. Now's your chance. Look at me. I care. I care about black people. Look at me. Look at my page. I'm posting a picture of blackness. Look at me. I care. Black Lives Matter. That's who you are? That's your claim to fame? We're going to put that on your headstone. Jumped on the wave every time something happened on TikTok and Instagram. That's who you are in life? How about you reach out? Call the grieving mother of someone who got killed in Chicago last weekend. And say, you know what? Your son's life mattered. Your daughter's life mattered. And I know they're not getting the attention George Floyd got, but your son's life mattered. And I'm Insta famous, and I'd like to say something about it. I would like to make a point of it. Why would you not reach out to some of these people who are grieving and crying after they've lost their loved ones in one of the bloodiest weekends in Chicago's history and say, I would like to recognize your son, your daughter? Why are you not reaching out? Why are you not reaching out? If you know the name of someone who got killed in one of these cities that lost their life, post their name right below. Let's get some recognition for them. George Floyd's got a lot of recognition now. Some shit's happening in his name that I'm sure he would not be proud of. Stores in his neighborhood being burnt to the ground. I'm going to guess that if I live in a neighborhood and I'm a black man and someone burns down my business, I saw the video. I actually reached out. I picked up the phone. I saw the man, black man, older black man, whose store got broken into, decimated, and burnt to the ground. A lot of people reposted that video. Like, oh man, this is great. Who of you reached out to that guy and said, hey man, how can I help you out? I know the looters and the rioters got your store. I saw your video. And I want to help you out. What can I do? My name is Suresh. I own a business. I feel your pain. And I have the ability to help you. How can I help you get back on your feet, man? White, black, purple, I don't care. How can I help you get back on your feet? I saw you crying in that video, pleading to the black and white rioters and protesters that they burned your store down and they looted your store. How many of you people reposted that damn video to your page just to get some likes and some follows? Of all you people who posted that video, how many of you tried to find out who that man was, to reach out, to try to start a GoFundMe for him, to reach out to him and say, how can I help you? You know why no one did that? Because that's not cool. That wouldn't get you that Insta fame. That wouldn't get you that self-righteous feeling of having you close Instagram or TikTok and now open it back up and see how many more likes and follows you got. That wouldn't give you that feeling. You wouldn't get that dopamine rush. Reaching out to a black business owner that no one knows his name and no one really cares about. Reaching out to that man and asking him what you could do for him. Send him $1. Send him $5. Whatever. You know why you don't do that? Because that doesn't help your agenda. That's not going to help your Insta fame. That's not going to get you that TikTok like. But you know what? It's a cool video. Let me post it to my story. That'll help him out. That will help that guy out, right? Black man, looked like he was damn near 70 years old, trying to build a business, go to work. And the only thing he's getting is people reposting his video on their story. Really? You think that's helping him? You think posting a picture of blackness with Blackout Tuesday is helping that guy? All of you are frauds. All of you are fakes. And if the only thing you've done in this situation is follow the trend for posting what you think is going to help you out, you're just as much as a problem. And you should be ashamed. All of you. All you. White, black. I've seen it more white people than anything, which is shocking. But all of you who are doing it, I don't care who you are, all of you should be ashamed. It's disgusting. It's just as disgusting as rioters throwing bricks at police officers who were there to help save them. It's just as disgusting as looters breaking the glass of businesses and running in and running out with proceeds that don't belong to them. It's just as disgusting as people lighting businesses on fire, businesses owned sometimes by black people in their community who are trying to make a living for themselves. Just as disgusting. You can post the videos of rioters and say these people are acting like animals. This is disgusting. Throwing bricks at the cops. I see so many cops posting this shit. White cops posting this shit. This garbage. You following the trend is just as disgusting as a person who's lighting some shit on fire. In my eyes, it's just as bad because you're not helping to do anything. You're just following a trend on social media. And you should be ashamed by that. You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. Step up, use your reach, use your audience to do something more than post a trending fucking hashtag. How about that? How about that? How about the next time Chicago or some other city has a bloodbath of a weekend where dozens of black people lose their lives? How about you post about it? How about you post that to your account, to all your followers? How about you post the names of the men, women, and black children who are getting gunned down in these neighborhoods? How about you post about that? How about that? Might not get you that many followers, might not get that many likes, might not boost your Insta TikTok fame, but guess what? It might open people's eyes to realize that the only black people in this country getting killed are not at the hands of white police officers. Maybe once people recognize the global problem, the other problem can be more readily focused upon. Maybe, as that plumber, if you come into a house and you see that blowout water line gushing water and you see the sink leaking, maybe you say, wait a second, where's your main water line? I'm going to now focus on getting to that water main coming into your house, and I'm going to focus on shutting it off. That will stop the gushing water from your blown out, busted pipe. And that's also going to stop that sink from leaking. And before we turn that water back on, we are going to make sure everything is tied up. Because I assure you, if you focus on the dozens of black on black people crime, getting murdered in the streets in some of these cities, and you focus on how to fix that first, along with that will come the ability to focus on white police officers killing black men. But if you choose to focus on what is currently trending and what's insta cool and what the media is showing you, and you don't want to focus on the blown out burst pipe and you want to focus on the dripping sink, we are forever going to be flooded with this issue. It is never going to go away. We will just have incident after incident after incident. It will never go away. To all the black folks watching, white privilege, that bullshit went out the window when a black man took the presidency of this country. That bullshit went out the window when you see a black man as a CEO of one of the largest corporations in the world. Somewhere that you've probably eaten recently. That goes out the window real fast. I see white people in Walmart that sure don't look like they got a whole lot of fucking privilege going on in their world. You've seen them too. I've been to trailer parks that are 100% white, and it sure doesn't look like there's a whole lot of privilege going on in those trailer parks. And these are white people. So if you want to throw the white privilege thing out there, let me take you to a trailer park that I know about. Let me take you to a local Walmart. Let me show you the kind of cars that people are pulling up in. White people. Let me show you the white people that are coming there via bus and taxi cab. You're not going to see a whole lot of privilege, white privilege, at Walmart or in some of these trailer parks. A black man made it to the White House in this country. A black man made it as CEO of one of the biggest corporations in the world. The white privilege narrative is getting real old. And let me tell you another thing. If white people started burning shit down every time a black person committed a crime against them of murder, this whole fucking country would be on fire. So let's stop the bullshit. Let's stop the fakeness. Let's stop all this shit on social media that no one, and really everyone knows is bullshit. Everyone just going on with it. Everyone's just going on with it. Hit those hearts if you know that I'm true. I'm speaking the truth. Go ahead and hit those hearts, because we know that this is uncomfortable and not a lot of people are saying it. But let me tell you this right now. The bullshit narratives that are being pushed on social media, stop blaming the media. Social media, all you fake Insta-famous people, let's start talking about what is real. And let's start talking about how to shut the water main off instead of focusing on the dripping fucking faucet. Because you know what? Soon enough, you'll see that just focusing on that little water drop coming out of the faucet and ignoring the burst pipe that's gushing water, soon enough, you'll realize that is just going to lead to the massive flood. And it's not going to work out for anyone. Anyone. It's going to lead to more pain and more suffering. So stop lying to your followers on social media. Stop lying to the rest of the world. Stop seeking likes. And stop treating this incident as a trending thing that you can do by just posting a black image with Blackout Tuesday, Blackout Tuesday, Blackout Tuesday. Because Blackout Tuesday doesn't mean shit if nothing happens on Wednesday. Think about that. Think about how you can change it. White people, you think about that. Black people, you think about the narratives that you guys are throwing out there. And let's talk about responsibility, accountability, and what the hell we can do that's actually going to impart some kind of positive change. Besides an Instagram hashtag and a TikTok fucking dance. What can we do on the Wednesday after Blackout Tuesday? Guarantee you, you'll be seeing the tits and boobies and ass and all those shots again in a few days from all these people. And the memes, all that stuff. And no one's going to be talking about more people getting murdered in the streets, in the cities like Chicago. No one's going to be talking about it. No one's going to be talking about it. No one's going to be. You know when they'll come talk about it? Some idiot police officer is going to do some shit again in a few months, maybe in a year, and it's going to be, oh my God, here we go again. Blackout Tuesday. This guy's life mattered. What? All that shit. All that shit. You won't hear about it until something else happens. And guess what? It is going to happen again. It will happen again. It will not be nice. We are human beings, but we are animals, and we are flawed. No one is walking around with the name tag, hello, my name is Jesus, stuck to their shirt. A white officer will kill a black man, armed or unarmed, again. It is going to happen. And when it happens, we deal with it swiftly. But it might not be for another year, another 6 months, 9 months. It might not be. But I'll tell you what's going to happen this weekend in Chicago. I'll tell you what's going to happen this weekend in Newark. Black people will be killed. Black lives will be lost. LA, Detroit, Chicago, Newark, New York City. I guarantee you, black lives that matter will be lost in those cities this weekend. And if you don't say anything about it, you are part of the problem. If you just wait till the next time a black man gets killed by a white police officer, some piece of garbage, and then that's when you're going to wake back up and say something, you are a fake, you are a phony, and you are just as bad as these people throwing bricks and doing all this shit. So don't make yourself feel like you're better than that. If you want to make the change, be the change. Otherwise, don't fake it. Because the day's coming where everyone's seeing the fakers. And nobody's buying it anymore. Think about that on Wednesday after Blackout Tuesday. Be kind. Wash your hands. There's a virus going around or something like that. So I'm told.